Are you tired of pulling espresso shots that taste like sour water or burnt rubber? Today, we are fixing your morning routine by finding the ultimate bean that will turn your home setup into a world-class cafe. In this video, I'm counting down the top 5 best coffee beans for espresso, sharing my raw, unfiltered thoughts on their flavor profiles, workability, and overall value. Number 5. Ethiopian Coffee. Ethiopian beans are legendary in the specialty coffee world, often praised for their vibrant and exotic flavor profiles. When I first ordered this bag, I was incredibly excited to experience the bright, fruity notes that Yirgacheffe is famous for. As a single-origin Arabica, it promises a very distinct terroir-driven experience, far removed from your standard dark, chocolatey espresso blends. When you open the bag, the aroma is undeniably intoxicating. You get hit immediately with strong floral scents and hints of blueberry and citrus, which is a hallmark of this specific region. I started testing these beans as a straight espresso shot, hoping to extract a complex, tea-like delicacy. The beans themselves are roasted a bit lighter than typical espresso roasts, which means they maintain a lot of their natural characteristics and original organic compounds. However, pulling a decent shot with these beans proved to be quite a frustrating endeavor. Because of the lighter roast and the inherent density of the Ethiopian beans, dialing in the grind size was incredibly finicky. I found myself burning through a significant portion of the bag just trying to avoid extreme channeling in my portafilter. Even when I managed to get the extraction time perfect, the resulting espresso was overwhelmingly acidic. For those who enjoy a sharp, sour tang, this might be appealing, but for a traditional espresso lover, it quickly becomes an assault on the palate. Another significant drawback I noticed during my testing was its performance in milk-based drinks. The body of the espresso is inherently thin and delicate. When I tried making a standard latte or even a smaller cortado, the milk completely washed out the subtle floral notes that made the bean special in the first place. Four, Death Wish Coffee. The branding is bold, aggressive, and promises an unparalleled caffeine kick that will wake up even the deepest of sleepers. I wanted to see if this highly caffeinated blend could actually hold its own in an espresso machine, or if it was simply a novelty item relying entirely on its intense marketing campaigns. Death Wish achieves its massive caffeine content by utilizing a blend of Arabica and Robusta beans, roasted to a very dark, oily finish. The inclusion of Robusta is actually a traditional Italian method for increasing crema in espresso, so I went into the testing phase with a sliver of optimism. When I ground the beans, the smell was heavily earthy, with strong notes of roasted nuts and dark cocoa. Pulling the shot produced a surprisingly decent amount of thick, dark crema, which is exactly what the Robusta beans are designed to do. But the actual tasting experience is where things take a severe downturn. The flavor profile is relentlessly harsh and overwhelmingly bitter. There is virtually no nuance or sweetness to be found in the cup. Instead, you are hit with an aggressive, almost burnt rubber taste that lingers aggressively on the back of your tongue. The heavy, dark roasting process seems to have obliterated any subtle flavor notes, leaving behind an ashy finish that is tough to swallow even for someone who typically enjoys a strong, dark roast. Furthermore, the physical effects of the coffee are incredibly intense, and not entirely in a pleasant way. The sheer volume of caffeine delivered in a concentrated double shot of espresso gave me uncomfortable jitters rather than a smooth, focused energy boost. It lacks the comforting, ritualistic enjoyment of sipping a well-crafted espresso. Illy Classico Whole Bean Coffee. Illy is a brand that has commanded respect in the global coffee scene for decades, and for good reason. They have mastered the art of consistency, and I was eager to get this classic medium roast into my hopper. The packaging alone is a testament to their commitment to quality, coming in a pressurized silver can that seals in the oils and aromas far better than your standard paper or plastic coffee bag. The Classico is a 100% Arabica blend, sourced from 9 different regions around the world. The moment you pop the seal on the can, you are greeted with a beautifully sweet, inviting aroma that features notes of caramel, orange blossom, and a touch of jasmine. This is what classic Italian espresso is supposed to smell like. The beans have a gorgeous, even medium roast without the excessive surface oils that quickly gunk up your grinder. Testing this coffee was an absolute breath of fresh air. It is incredibly forgiving to dial in. Within my first 2 attempts, I was pulling beautiful cascading shots of espresso with a gorgeous hazelnut-colored crema. The flavor is exceptionally well-rounded and balanced. You get a delicate sweetness up front, followed by a smooth, chocolatey finish with zero harsh bitterness or overwhelming acidity. It is a harmonious cup that dances gracefully across the palate. I also loved how this coffee performed across various different preparations. As a straight shot, it is elegant and easily drinkable. When steamed milk is introduced for a cappuccino, the caramel notes really shine through, creating a beverage that tastes like a sophisticated dessert without any added syrups or sugars. It maintains its structural integrity without ever becoming aggressive or dominant. Number 2. Peet's Coffee Major Dickason's Blend. Born in Berkeley, California, this blend has a massive cult following, and after spending a week testing it, I completely understand why. It is a premier dark roast that boldly embraces deep, complex flavors without crossing the line into the burnt or ashy territory that ruins so many other dark roasts on the market. The blend features high-altitude beans sourced from the premier growing regions of the Americas and the Indo-Pacific. When you open the bag, the aroma is robust, spicy, and deeply earthy. The beans are dark and glossy, rich with the natural oils that are essential for producing a heavy, full-bodied espresso. This is exactly what you want when you are craving a coffee that commands attention and leaves a lasting impression. Pulling a shot of Major Dickason's is a visual treat. The extraction yields an incredibly thick, viscous liquid that pours like warm honey from the portafilter spouts. The crema is dense, dark, and resilient. On the palate, it is an absolute powerhouse. It delivers complex layers of dark chocolate, toasted nuts, and a subtle smoky spice that is incredibly satisfying. It has a bold, heavy mouthfeel that coats your tongue, providing a deeply comforting and robust flavor profile. Where this coffee truly becomes magical, however, is when you pair it with milk. If you are someone who loves lattes, flat whites, or macchiatos, this is the bean for you. The intense, rich flavors punch through dairy and oat milk effortlessly. The milk acts to sweeten the dark chocolate notes, creating a rich, decadent beverage that rivals anything you could buy at a high-end specialty cafe. It never tastes watered down, no matter how much milk you add. 1. Lavazza Super Crema. I have tested countless bags of coffee, but I keep coming back to this masterpiece as the ultimate benchmark for home espresso. Lavazza has crafted a blend that provides the most consistent, delicious, and visually stunning espresso experience you can possibly achieve without stepping foot inside a professional coffee shop. What makes Super Crema so spectacular is its deliberate and brilliant composition. It is a blend of 60% Arabica beans from Brazil and Colombia, mixed with 40% premium Robusta beans from India and Vietnam. This specific ratio is the holy grail of espresso formulation. The Arabica provides a smooth, sweet, and aromatic base with distinct notes of honey, roasted almonds, and brown sugar. Meanwhile, the high-quality Robusta acts as the engine, providing a rich, heavy body and tempering any unwanted acidity. The name Super Crema is not just a marketing gimmick, it is an absolute reality. When you dial in this coffee, the resulting shot is roughly 50% crema. It produces a thick, velvety layer of golden foam that is so dense it can easily support a spoonful of sugar on top before letting it sink. This crema traps the volatile aromatic compounds, ensuring that every single sip is packed with intense, lingering flavor. Workability is another reason this bean takes the crown. It is arguably the most forgiving coffee I have ever run through my grinder. Even if your grind size is slightly off or your tamping pressure isn't perfectly uniform, the Super Crema blend still manages to produce a highly drinkable, delicious shot. When you add milk, it transforms into a creamy, nutty, caramel-like treat that is perfectly balanced and incredibly addictive. For its exceptional flavor profile, unbelievable texture, and outstanding reliability, Lavazza Super Crema is simply unbeatable.